we're a tiny school, so we're only 740 students. A number of parents wanted to know why we didn't at that stage have ag hort science as a subject. As part of a Young Farmers Day, we invited a whole group of people in the community.
And they had a meeting to talk about how could we have a centre of excellence in agriculture and raise the profile of agriculture and horticulture and these other primary sectors within the school environment.
And one of our parents said, why aren't secondary schools teaching agribusiness? And to be absolutely honest, the headmaster and I looked at each other and said, what is agribusiness?
What came out of that meeting was they felt that actually it was something that didn't need to just happen at St Paul's. There was a real need in the wider community. So we got together with Beef and Lamb, Dairy NZ and a whole lot of business partners. We got a structure of what the sector wanted.
If you're going to cap nitrogen going into water bodies in free draining soils, you cap stock numbers.
We want it to be current, so they see that it's evolving, it's changing, it's developing. They are not highly visible careers, a lot of them. People just see milking cows, but that's quite a technique these days because you need a quality product to leave the farm that's produced responsibly and sustainably.
Whenever you cultivate the soil, you're killing off the plants and nitrogen leaks out.
One of the things NCA does give you, if you know how to use the framework, is an incredible amount of flexibility. So we were able to use that flexibility and also use our professional knowledge and the knowledge of our agribusiness community to work with the ministry and NCQA and basically convince them that we had found a gap in the framework, and that gap was a course that was really designed for young people to get careers into agribusiness.
The agribusiness sector is broken down into 7. We've got agriculture, dairy manufacturing, equine, forestry, horticulture, and seafood and sports turf.
The bees will be pretty cold this morning. This will keep them even calmer.
The courses we design can be taught across all the primary industry contexts. So, for example, if you were in Nelson, then your students might take standards with maybe a viticulture or aquaculture. If they're in the central North Island, it might be forestry.
When they go and they feed off this sugar water, they don't drown. They climb out of the water if they fall in.
This really made learning hugely engaging for a big portion of our school.
Why can't the bees just go in there and get stuck as well?
So this entrance here, the bees can get in and out of, but the wasps, they think they're getting into the hive, but they get trapped.
Just the excitement, to have kids go into a dragon's den, and front 4 CEOs of huge organisations.
Basically, they've got to sell their idea to them and look for potential investment in their idea.
The advisory group is a group of people from the agribusinesses locally, plus Dairy NZ and Beef and Lamb. And we provide advice where needed. It connects schools to communities, to these agribusiness, so it provides opportunities for these people to be aware of these careers.
We chose veterinarian, farm manager and financial advisor, all of which need years of training.
How do you become a mechanic?
We knew that we had a product that was quite attractive. We went out to sort of looked for schools around the country that might be interested. Those schools trialled the process for a year. So there's a special agribusiness website.
We ran 2 seminars a year. We now have 40 secondary schools teaching agribusiness this year, 750 students, and we're aiming for 200 schools and 2,500 students in 2 years.
Dairy NZ is certainly going to fund that second phase to ensure that this program gets well established in our secondary schools.
The business partners and the principal partners have paid for an agribusiness advisor who moves around schools, liaises with principals, liaises with boards, liaises with teachers.
There's 45,000 jobs out there for agribusiness graduates.
It's like stuff that you want to learn about, so it makes it much easier to come to class and learn. Marine scientists, you need like 5 to 9 years of training, a master's or PhD in like marine biology.
Teaching agriculture and horticulture for lots of years in schools, so nearly 25 years. To me it was like, yes, this is it. This is really what we need. So agriculture can be seen as a cross-curricular, dynamic academic subject.
It's been a game breaker from the perspective of how schools and the education sector can actually work together with businesses.
Put all our inputs and outputs and what classes stock into the program.
This has probably been the most exciting thing that I've ever done in my career.
When I started this program in 2013, 2 of my Year 13 leavers went to do an agribusiness qualification when they left school. Last year from St Paul's alone, 27. went through.